In this question, we're told that Amanda has two fair three-sided spinners. And the keyword here is fair. If the spinners are fair, it means that it's equally likely to land on 1, 2, or 3. And since there are 3 possibilities for the spinner to land on, 1, 2, or 3, we can say that the probability of landing on either of these numbers would be equal to 1/3. Now we're told that Amanda spins each spinner once, and in part A, we need to complete the probability tree diagram. Now let's start with spinner A. We need to find the probability that spinner A will land on 2. Now we said that it's equally likely that the spinner will land on 1, 2, or 3, and so the probability that the spinner will land on 2 would be equal to 1/3. Now a really important fact in probability is that the sum of the probabilities of all possible outcomes is equal to 1. And so if we know that the probability that the spinner will land on 2 is equal to 1/3, the probability that the spinner does not land on 2 would be equal to 1 take away 1/3, which is equal to 2/3. And since spinner A and spinner B are both the same, with spinner B the probability of landing on 2 is 1/3 and the probability of not landing on 2 is 2/3. Now in part B, we need to work out the probability that spinner A lands on 2 and spinner B does not land on 2. Now the word "and" is very important. Now a general rule in probability is that "and" means that we multiply the probabilities together. And so to find the probability that spinner A lands on 2 and spinner B does not land on 2, we'd have to do the probability that spinner A will land on 2 multiplied by the probability that spinner B will not land on 2. Now we said that the probability that spinner A will land on 2 is equal to 1/3. And now let's follow our tree diagram. Given that spinner A lands on 2, let's follow our diagram to look at this branch. We can see that the probability that spinner B does not land on 2 is equal to 2/3. And now to find the probability that spinner A lands on 2 and spinner B does not land on 2, we would do 1/3 multiplied by 2/3, which is equal to 2/9. And so we've found that the probability that spinner A lands on 2 and spinner B does not land on 2 is equal to 2/9. Now this question is worth 4 marks. We get the first 2 marks in part A for a fully correct tree diagram. We get the 3rd mark in part B for doing 1/3 multiplied by 2/3. And we get the 4th mark in part B for our final answer that the probability that spinner A lands on 2 and spinner B does not land on 2 is equal to 2/9, allowing us to get the full 4 marks needed in this question.